Hello, and welcome to Honeycomb. We're on the testing branch again, or still, I guess. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, Team 1 Puppy, Internet Explorer, Gamma Railgun, and Vren. Team 2 Pi, Flying Fool, Kamian, Highball. Team 2 spreading out, looks like they're focusing their forces onto the Charlie point. We've already just, which is kind of ironic considering we discussed this. Well, I guess we didn't discuss this, I was just lecturing to people like a jackass about how great Honeycomb is, and that the all-in Charlie push is bad. We'll see. I can't wait to be proven wrong immediately.
Is that mass drivers?
I see a 250 bulk freighter I'm dropping down with. Let's go through the fleets. We're here with Flying Fool, 250 bulk freighter, two of them. Got some plasmas as well. What? Eh? Where's the plasma cannons on these? Oh, I see. Plasma's on the back, 250s on the front. That's really cursed. Two jam shuttles, all in jam shuttles, and one gun shuttle. All right. Pi has the semi-active massive monitor spam. 4 monitors full to the brim with missiles. Highball's got plasma 100. 250, 250 bulk critters. No MDs on this team whatsoever. Call me is rocking a cat fleet. Jam shuttle, gun shuttle, gun shuttle, MMT, 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 rocket shuttle, rocket shuttle, gun shuttle, gun shuttle. So 2 rocket shuttles, 5 gun shuttles, and 3 multi-mission tugs. I'm glad Gamma and IE are around, because that means ANS is a little more voxel heavy than they've been lately. Looks like all these voxels playing together. Lower delta side, alright. Gamma's got 2 voxels with an interrupt, defenders, S2s, lots of damage control, Raider whip. I think there's an intel center in here somewhere too. 2 jamming sprinters for support with soft kill and 1 capping gun sprinter. Internet Explorer has something similar but different. It's more of a cap control fleet than an aggressive combat fleet. 2 gun voxels, lower amount of damage control, and 1... Oh no, this is different than what he usually plays with the voxels. Okay, this is an offensive fleet. 1 jam sprinter. Whip Raider. Oh yeah, this is an offensive fleet. And then 2 capping torpedo gun sprinters. Puppies. Blind Man? Yeah. Based. It's got beam below. PD all around. A lot of auroras. A few defenders. No radar. Instead using a spotting voxel, which has 2 radars in it. Spyglass and a parallax. If you can believe it. I certainly can't. Some guns, very light point defense, and 1 shipwreck A-cap for being thrown onto, well, the middle point, which is Charlie on this map. And hopefully get a capture while not dying. In fact, it's getting shot at by 450? 250 and 100. It's going to be able to survive for a little while and maybe get this point cap, although it doesn't have any offensive armament, I don't think. No, it's got a VLS once. It's going to have 1 offensive, but it's not going to be able to deal with Kamia's shuttles here. Let's finish off the ANS fleet. Friends rocking his Axford and Friendsville. He's got offensive frontline Axford with some point defense, good balance of soft kill, locking capability, 450s on the front, and 120s as well. Ton of firepower can be put down the field by this thing. It's also got a couple of supports, Spyglass, Sarissa, Missile, Pinard, frigates spread around the map for situational awareness for the team. Tongue twister there. Yeah, Anus is going to lose a sprint on Charlie, and OSP is going to be able to get the cap. There's no beams up here to challenge that. Looks like Blind Man's down here. Might be moving up there to beam those shuttles here before too long, but he's not going to be doing that right now. OSP is also going to be able to go over and take Echo completely unchallenged with the voxels, the fast movers on the Delta side. ANS hard committing to this Delta push, but they're not going to find anything over here to kill. Both teams are going to be out of position. This is going to be a really strange game. The fighting's going to be mostly Delta Bravo, Charlie Triangle. Man, I can't put down Sigwarns as a spectator. It always makes me sad. It'd be nice to paint up the screen. Yeah, well, Dramus, I've had a few complaints from certain cat players that I'm not paying attention enough to the cat force, so we simply pick up the pace, pay more attention, because that is what's important. That's what wins the games. And break up the auctioneer voice, I guess. So I've been doing this all day, so I'm getting kind of tired.
The enemy secured zone eclipse.
So just getting a wall of text, but mouth. Voxel's engaging one of the EMTs. Zoning it off the Delta Point. In fact, OSP zoned out of the Delta Point entirely. And I think, yeah, Internet Explorer is going to be able to capture this without much challenging. Looks like Pi's monitors are sort of maybe pointing that direction, might be headed that way, but not going to be able to get there in time. Monitors very slow. Let's take a look at the inside of these monitors. They got sun drives? No, basic reactors, BW800s. Yeah, all of them. Basic, not reactors. What makes your ship go? Drive. Vroom, vroom. Voxels are going to be able to push with impunity. And Gamma's Voxels are entirely undetected. Oh, they're under the map. Ooh, this is a good play. Could come around the lower side here, capture Bravo, while the OSP is concentrated on the top of the map. So this is the problem, TM, with concentrating your forces on the top of the map. If you're on top of the map, you control Charlie. If you're on the lower middle part of the map, you can control any 2 points and probably also 3 points from basically any position, which is really good. Oh, and you can also fire up at Charlie. Charlie gives you a really good spot to fire down on people, but just have more map control from pretty much anywhere else on the map. Backing off towards his own spawn. Looks like Flying Pool's headed towards ANS natural point. Although, even though what I said is correct, ANS has this really heavy concentration of forces on the lower Delta Alpha line. If OSP surrounds them with bulk freighters, they could be in huge trouble. But I don't think that's happening. Flying Fool is headed towards Alpha. Pi's kind of backing off. Gee, Pi's not really doing anything right now. He's kind of camped out. It seems like OSP not really sure what to do, although they do have a cap lead. They do have a cap lead. That will add up. Although if these voxels push... Oh, I really want to see him push on the Bravo. They've caught out the rocket shuttles going on the lower side of the map. And are, of course, tearing them to shreds with 4 CLs worth of RPF. That's not going to last long. Yeah, Calvian knows. Immediately recognizes, oh, I'm just dead. Cool. I've walked into the death machine.
Not cheap sprint or not cheap shuttles either. They're
Indeed.
rocket ones.
The rockets are probably 300 points apiece, and then the jam shuttle is gonna be like 280. That's a lot of money. Just gone. Calmia down on the cap fleet to 3 multi-mission tugs, which are spread around the map, one of which is bruised, and 2 really cheapo gun shuttles, which only have 1 T-20, 1 soft kill machine, which probably also has some AMMs in it. Yeah, just a couple. And then 1 Pavis. Yeah, well, if this idea is kind of what I was getting at with the math, just being mathable.
Yeah. Sorry, I went into the whole rant about compounding costs, but... Yeah.
No, it's good. That's applicable. You need to explain why, even though that is the most obvious solution, it is not actually a good solution. I'm of the very strong opinion that the only thing in the game compounding costs should be on is things that give you control of your ship. So
Well,
combat
it is.
information centers and auxiliary steerings.
Well, it's also reserved for things that like legitimately break the game, like mine launchers and VLS back during release because there were no channels.
Oh, really?
And you could just kill the game by launching 200 missiles or 500 in quick succession. So yeah, things that like lag the game, that's what compounding cost gets put on, basically.
That's an emergency tool, not like a balancing lever.
Alright,
ANS
well,
moving on to Bravo Point. Missile strikes are out. Oh, right. I forgot Pide's flying these missile ships. That's why they aren't pushing. They're waiting for the right moment. Although there's jamming coming out. These do not have home on jam there. SAH Wake.
they can still do it blind.
Oh, man. I think the Voxels are going to dodge. Yes! The Voxels handedly dodge the entire volley. No soft kill required. Dumb soft kill after the dodge, but god. Holy shit, dude.
But can it do it again?
Probably not. I think they've lost a lot of their momentum in switching directions. I think
but they
internet
might get
assumes these are
outrange.
HOJ. Oh, some of them are HOJ. Yeah, they're getting out of range. The Chaff is unfortunately in a bad position. Gonna pull the S2s through, but they're... Oh, right. Like Rymark said, they're just out of range of the Eliminators. ANS zoned out of the Bravo point, but not before capturing it. Giving them a cap lead. They're still down about 60 points. Pie's down probably quite a few missiles. That seemed like a very expensive strike. Yeah, half the complement for the... I mean, what did he even get out of it? I don't think there were any land... Okay, there were 3 lands on the nose of the Sprinter, maybe 4. And nothing on this Voxel. Looks like nothing on this Voxel, so yeah. Extremely unworth. By switching targets. Smart man, he's not making the mistake that we've seen so many other times today of people just firing and firing and firing at the same target that is soft killed all the missiles over and over again. Unfortunately, he's chosen another bad target. Gamma's got some jamming, Gamma's got some soft kill, although these Voxels are parked in space. They're throwing on the reverse thrusters now, but they're not going to be able to get at the speed to dodge these missiles. They don't need to. Jamming handles it. SH Wake, very cheap, very inexpensive, but he just jams out.
Not even that cheap anymore.
Are they not? Oh, right, the SAH price increase. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, they are S2s, so I think it balances out because S2s went down by 1 point, and SAH went up by 1 point.
Not quite how that works. The cheap gills are up a point in cost.
Okay, thank you. Oh. Desperately in need of water. Let's find himself that problem. Annis is up on the gap point. Looks like OSP's handling Echo side, or doesn't have to worry about handling Echo side. Annis can't push it at all, and it explores under the bottom of the map, covering Bravo, covering their own natural too. Looks like the blind man's going to be on top of the natural. Beams one of the tugs. Downs its drive. That's painful.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Man, OSP having a really rough time of it. And that's a shuttle going to be dead too. Here in just a moment. Whole backside got blown out. Endpoint not choosing to kill the CIC though, so this is going to have the opportunity to cap unless... Well, there it is. Bye-bye. Okay, now it's dead. Man, Puppy's on top of turning the beams off just in time.
Fool is about to be flanked by 2 CLs that it is not pointed towards. Of the chips.
Davened in the voice comm? just
I'm
the
here.
spectator chat. Okay. So Blind Man only has one beam because Axfords can only fit one beam. It's a C5 mount, and it's got to go
gotcha.
and then bottom mount.
Fool is now eating 250.
Another strike on Puppy's radar dog. Man, all these missiles going for the voxels and getting soft killed very effectively. Love to see it, hate to see it. Love to see it because it's good play, hate to see it because I want missiles to kill people. It's all I care about. Oh, the duality of man. Internet Explorer is up on top of the map, eyeing that Charlie point. Not going for it, though.
IE is eating mass 250 fire now that they've turned on the target.
Down on the bottom of the map, sure are. That's going to start stacking up really quick. He's done a little bit of damage to the bulk fighters, but not anywhere near as much as he's taking in return. Voxels were not in a dodging position. And at this range, man, how far away from are these? These are about 5.5, 6 kilometers. Based on the ruler. Which isn't, that's actually not too bad. You could dodge at this range. With the Ritter Whips, which I think these have. Yeah. Oh well. Such is the way of things. S3H is going out. I think they're gonna get aim in though. Ponk. Ponk. One does. Stages. Yeah, this is gonna land.
Sad decoy S3H shot.
Securing zone comment.
Ooh, yeah, I see it. That's very expensive. Oh, that's A-Rat Act and then Act-Rat EOVL. At least these aren't HEKP. That's still very expensive. And Explorer's edit voxel is in big trouble. It's lost a lot of capability. It's had to spin some restores to pull back micro reactor and a gun. It's lost its radar, which means it's a radar drive, not radar. Radar drive, which means it's lost its ability to spin in place, orbit dodge.
That said, the 4-cap will still make Alliance not miss it too much.
Indeed, Black Cat's able to get on the Charlie point, is going to be able to cap this without getting challenged at all. OSP kind of falling over themselves here, not really sure what to focus on, what to fire at. Dealt a fair bit of damage. Wow, no, they have not. They have damaged the edit and
S2
the
on
sprinter.
Delta right now.
And we're about to watch a guy die, maybe. Come on! Kill him! No, these are all just going to get jammed and miss.
You were
Damn.
saying something about trying to attack the same target after it fails?
Yeah. I mean, that's another example of that. Although, to be fair, at this point, Pi has tried to strike everything on the map. And there's kind of nothing left. The only option is a bad one, and he's under fire, and OSP's under the gun to get a cap. They're down 4-1 on caps. ANS is up 40 points. OSP's also losing militarily. The cap fleet is out. Pi's lost most of his missiles. In fact, almost all of his missiles. Highball's in kind of a bad spot at the team spawn. And Flying Fool... this is actually kind of an okay spot. They're angled strangely. The bulk freighters are. So this is kind of an okay spot. Prince taking a lot of shells. Puppy's taking a lot of shells. They're both completely fine. Prince taking more in the nose. Oh yeah, look at all that. It's actually not that many. It's like 20-25 lands, some of it not even penetrating the armor. See the light gray dents are do not penetrate. Those are bounces or surf explosions rather. Not entirely sure how to phrase those. Another missile strike out. Looks like it's gonna land on Gamma's voxel. Does manage to kill one. It's in kind of a bad position. It's off by itself. It doesn't have the chaff soft kill of the other voxel. It's at a weird angle, presenting a big, fat, juicy belly. It's not a dead ship, but that is a ruined one. That is combat ineffectual. Don't think it's going to be able to get back on its feet. Could do some DC chaining and get a couple extra guns back, but it's more or less out of this fight. Pie's able to jump on a Delta with his beefy monitors, cap the point. OSP's also gotten onto Bravo. The flying fool has with the gun shuttle. Internet Explorer's been zoned out of covering that spot, which means they're going to be able to take it back. Down about 100 points. Though we are only at the halfway point as far as caps go.
The enemy secured zone Dagger. The enemy secured zone Boxer.
Yeah, pushing up with the Voxel, the living Voxel, and the Jam Sprinter. Gonna try to cut these monitors apart. The blind man comes in too with the steel beam and just bonks the monitors over the head.
Well, the shot.
Well, no, hit a monitor as well. It's hitting a shuttle now. It's probably going to go for the next monitor as soon as this thing recharges. You can fire it without burning it out.
Those were all as good as dead anyway, with their basically gone ammo.
To a degree,
Eliminated.
but it's good to get them, like, gone, so that way you can capture the point. Where? I think I missed it. Womp. That's okay. Flying Fool's now pushing through the Bravo point and possibly through the little donut hole here. No, he's going to go around that. Try and jump on the Axers. The problem is, once he gets past this, he's going to be in beam range of the blind man. All it has to do is rotate onto the side of this rock. This thing's got a 5-kilometer area of death. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
These-
also has EM contested.
These are in immense danger. All these bulk freighters are. They're coming down here to challenge the Voxels, and they're doing some good damage to this one alive Voxel that Gamma has. It's gonna die really fast, but if Puppy can get out from behind the rock quickly and start beaming things, though Ellens take quite a bit of beaming to start hurting and losing capability. In the meantime, the next group will be under fire. Looks like that's one of our lovely group casters has spotted. T's headed for Charlie. He's going to be able to take out the Black Cat, which has no capabilities at this point. It's taking some damage earlier, and it's also looks like it's taking a couple of missiles. Yeah, from that multi-mission tug. So 1, 2, 3 or 4 on the nose. Very painful. Training out Echo with Do You Believe in Destiny. It's a good ship name. I don't think these 3 H's are gonna save it, dog.
The enemy is securing zone Eclipse.
I think these are gonna get AMMs. Although Kelmy only has 10 AMMs in each of one of these. Oh, and that approach was really good.
Securing zone Comet.
One misses entirely, one slams into the side of it. Scap ore is fucked. Let the bodies hit the Charlie point. Very sad. Gonna be able to get onto the point and start capping it, and I don't think any more missiles are gonna be launched up there. ANS did not have that much of the way of hybrids. In fact, I think Bryn's missile frigs are all ever bringing it.
It's got another 6 at bottom, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's way too far away to be able to get a realistic land on that. ANS could take the Delta point, even though there are bulk freighters overlooking it. In fact, this nearly dead Voxel should absolutely be thrown on that point to try and cap it.
Secured zone Eclipse.
That's not Gamma's playstyle, though. Puppy's realizing that the bulk freighters are in death rage.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
Only thing damaged on the blind man is the beam turret. It's all the way down to 48% from the B shorting. Everything else is in perfect health, which is going to be a real problem for OSP. In the long run, we got a couple more S3Hs out. Where are these going? He's going for the Charlie point! I take it back. That's a little risky. Going to be passing through potentially the PD nets of some of the bulk freighters. They might fire AMMs at this. Nope. No AMM's fired at all. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think we're gonna finally watch someone die to missiles. The Vapid Robe's in trouble. It's already bruised. And
I
it's
can
not
tank it,
taking
the
these.
turrets now.
It's not taking these nos on. No way. It's still trying to shoot at the Black Cat. I think it's trying to take cover behind the Sprinter. AMM's coming out. These are not going to be enough. They're going to be able to kill off one of them. Oh man,
Unlucky.
bad rolls.
Very lucky.
And they're going to miss now. Glonk. Glonk. It's not dead!
Dude, look at that tugboat, please. Say, look at it.
It's
That is
fine.
outrageous.
Fucking tugboat gaming.
It's only 4 extremely expensive hybrid missiles designed specifically to kill scouts. It's fine.
I thought when it's CIC it was out that an unarmed ship could contest it. Oh wait, no, that ship is also unconscious.
Yeah.
That's like 27 points, maybe more. Like
It's more.
32.
It's more. Yeah. Because those are
I know,
EOL.
that's hard and skinny about 35 points of
The
missile.
enemy is securing
Oh, it's drifted out of the
It's been
point.
fired multiple times. The Enorian under fire from the Blind Man. And the Prince of Wales taking some damage. Hasn't lost too much capability. Blind Man's pretty much immune to this 250 fire. Very silly. He's got plenty of damage control to just wipe away the dents. And as the people have discovered, the Vapid Robe has drifted off the point, pushed there by a combination of its own engines, and the missiles knocking it out. Black Cat's probably going to be able to capture the spot. Kami desperately trying to get that drive back online. Has no restores, but doesn't need them. It's going to take a little bit, though. Got a crit. What is that? Is that... no, it's just main bus short. Got a blowout. Bulk Freighter's now taking more fire from the 450 and the 250 from the Voxels. Damage Voxel up front taking the shots. It's already pretty much dead. And it's taking the Delta point. OSP's managed to close the lead, but they're still behind by 40. And it's up 3-2, about to be up 4-1.
the enemy secured zone Dagger.
Ines has a really strong military and what's it called? The other thing. Cap lead. Up 60 points, 4-1 lead on the caps. Blindfold's not really sure where to go, kind of just fucking around in the middle of the map, not closing to anything. Well, the beams are kind of zoning him out. Anus has a really strong push onto Delta. They're going to be able to kill
The enemy is securing zone Boxer.
eyeball ships. Especially if they're not all firing at the same time. One smoking at a time, maybe two. He had two Gloom in the mix. We're at pretty long range for Plasma to be very effective. Yeah, the extra's battle tanking and orbit dodging. A lot of the Plasma is going to be missing. What Plasma does hit, it's going to be landing square on the nose. It's going to be spread out, splashed all over this front section, which is the least important section of the ship to have plasmid up. Especially for enabling 250. PHE won't pin deep enough. And Prince of Wheels backing up, realizes he doesn't actually have to take this fight. Man. It's crazy to see how much Bryn has improved. I mean, I've been watching him play the game for like 9 months now,
Contesting
but
zone Boxer.
still.
I would like not accept well played all. I played
The
like
enemy is
a
securing
season
zone Boxer.
that.
Look,
I
you
am
did not know that those ships were there. They are very rarely there. And then you just walked around a corner into a brick wall.
Nah, Kalmian made some questionable decisions.
I made some questionable decisions.
Very questionable
I called
decisions.
myself out for it as soon as I made them. I
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm so
that's
goddamn
okay.
upset.
It happens, but
Yeah.
I share your grief. I see that. I feel your pain.
I think the games are even today. Like, legit 50-50 Alliance OSP.
yeah, that's what happens when you fucking balance the teams.
No.
Wow.
That's literally all you have to do is say, hey, what is the rough skill levels of the players, and balance them accordingly. And then the games are even all of a sudden, instead of not doing that, and the games being one-sided. Wow, amazing. We had this exact same experience last week. People are like, oh man, OSP's fucking crushing. ANS doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell. And then we balanced the teams every game, and the results were fairly even.
I couldn't see most of my missile strikes. I'm assuming they hit because I can see they hit, but I'm not sure if they hit because I was too busy firing at other stuff.
But you did okay.
The mainly MMTs and shuttles.
Oh yeah, those things had.
Oh, they did actually. Oh, that's the cork. Okay, the cork. Okay, so the cork worked. Thank God for that. I was getting scared.
You did most of your damage against ships that were already like a little bit spent, so they were like down some AMMs, or you hit them around a corner and they didn't quite expect it. But you know, also you didn't kill much. You mostly wounded stuff.
Fair enough.
No, it really sucked. The voxels under jamming that match were really nasty.
Any particular voxels that were nasty, or was it just them as a group?
There were two separate groups of voxels that were just...
They're just pounding it.
Well, yeah, so it's... What happened in that game is what had the potential to happen on the next Zai game, which we saw against the Tugs, but didn't see for most of the map, where the voxels just caught shuttles at close ranges, dumped a ton of RPF into them, and they just sort of fell over. We've gone on for an extremely long time. You've probably suddenly been jumped to this outro. We've been talking about a bunch of different stuff. I have a Discord. That's where all this is happening in. Link for that's in the description. I also have a Patreon. We've been going at this for about 7 hours today, as discussed earlier. For about a year. I'm walking away from my microphone. I've been doing this for about a year at this point. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. So I've got a Patreon for people who want to support this endeavor financially and make my life just a little teeny tiny itty bitty bit easier, simple. Because it means a little less labor. Dum, dum, dum. That's it. That was a good game. I really enjoyed it. We might be wrapping it for the night. I think we might be able to scare for one more game. Oh. I'll see you in the battle space, dear viewer. Good night.